Right, okay, so before my uncle turns up, I thought I'd take you through the engine parts that I've replaced. I wasn't going to replace a lot of them, but I thought, sod it, I might as well. Those are coolant pipes, original coolant pipes off a Ford Orion. So they're staying packaged up for now because I don't need them yet. But the original coolant pipes cost me 50 quid. I can get brand new coolant pipes, or certain ones, not all of them, which is why I got this set instead that was second hand. The bottom hose costs the same amount of money as what this set cost me, and this is in good condition, good enough condition for what I'm using it for, but also good enough condition so that if I do split a pipe or a pipe is worn out, I can take dimensions off of it and I can go out and get some new rubber coolant pipe to the right dimensions, which was the important thing. So yeah, that's coolant pipes and stuff, which I'm not going to do anything with at the moment because I don't need them yet. Those of you who know old engines will know about distributors. So I've just had this one returned to me after it being refurbished. Cost me 220 quid to get it refurbished. Apparently my vacuum advancer failed, so they had to refurbish that as well. They've put a new unit, electronic unit in it, done all the seals, done everything they needed to do, cleaned it, polished it. Like I say, you'll see it on the engine pictures that I'll upload, overlay over these videos somewhere. The state it was in, the colour it was and everything, it was just horrible. So I had it refurbished. You can get, so this one's a Bosch one. If you're interested, the part number is JGFUDX4, Bosch distributor unit. You can't get these new. You can get new, and the Lucas version, but the Bosch version was the better version. Hence why I've spent the money. So the Bosch, the Lucas version, you can get brand new off eBay for about 90 quid. Because the Bosch was the better unit, I spent the money getting it refurbished. It's well worth it. The only thing that it was it came back missing a screw there, but I've contacted them and I think they're going to send me a screw for that. So yeah, that's the distributor. That gives spark to the spark plugs. So your HT leads will go in here. You get 4 to the spark plugs and 1 to the ignition coil. And that distributes the spark and fires your engine, obviously. So stripped it down, cleaned it up, checked everything. You need new gasket sets. So you've got a bottom gasket set, sump, oil seals, water, oil pump gasket, and other bits and bats for gaskets, and top gasket set, which obviously comes with the head gasket, which is wrapped separately in there, and other gaskets for the rest of the engine, including new fork oil seals. Fork oil seals for the forks, not the engine, including new oil seals for the valve stems, which is annoying because I spent 15 quid on a separate set because I didn't realise this set had come with those. So I've got another set in case I need them, and other plugs and gaskets and stuff for the engine, including, like I say, the head gasket, which is obviously important. So they're ready to go. When Uncle gets here, we'll get those done. New oil pump. Wasn't going to do this, but I decided to get a new oil pump. Sorry, just had to deal with something there. So yeah, I wasn't going to do a new oil pump, but decided to do new everything. If I do new everything, I know it works. And for the sake of what this was, which was about 60 quid I think, I thought I'd just get a new oil pump. Part number is 20230910 in case you want one, and yeah, so that'll get done with the rest of it. What else have we got? Not part of the engine, but a very important part of any vehicle, Ignition switch. To be honest with you, when I bought this ignition switch, I didn't realise it was as big as it is. So I've got to find somewhere to put it. I'm going to have to find some bigger terminals to terminate the stuff I've got to terminate onto it as well. I've got regular size crimps, but I've not got any massive ones unless any of those copper ones fit. No, because they're ring terminals. So I'm going to have to find some bigger terminals to figure out that, but that's not a problem. It's not a unique key, which I was bothered about, but other sort of unauthorized use devices will be put on this to stop people using it when stop people starting it up, stuff like that, when I don't want them to. It's also, that's part of the motorcycle single vehicle approval test that it's got to go for, is unauthorized usage. You have to prevent unauthorized usage, so I'll be dealing with that when it comes along. New oil filter, Borg & Beck, reasonable price, so I thought sod it. It's a BFO4003. I did have a new oil filter on it, but I mullered it when I took it off to paint the engine and check it. So it's completely crushed and everything, so I've got a new oil filter. Obviously, the new oil when I put the new oil in. Right, one very important thing. Head bolts. And the CVH head bolts have some rather chunky washers. So these are, so some engines do have these, some engines don't. Mine does. These are stretch bolts. So when you put your engine together and torque them down, they stretch. Never reuse old head bolts. They're not expensive. This set cost me, how much did this set cost me? Probably about 20 quid, something around there, for the new washers and new bolts. They're not expensive. It's not worth the risk of blowing your head for the sake of a set of 20-30 quid bolts. Always always use new bolts. Never reuse old bolts. So I got those from LDS, Leeds Engineering, I think. Is it Leeds Engineering? LDSengineering.co.uk, along with some other parts which I'll be taking you through. They were reasonable, they weren't expensive. Never reuse old bolts, you will damage your engine. New inlet manifold studs with special bolts which I've never seen before. They've got a slit in the top and just a round bit. Never seen them before, we'll see what they are. And new exhaust manifold studs. Part of the reason I got thread lock, to keep those in. So new ones of those, obviously. I don't want to reuse the old ones because they're old, so I got new ones. New rocker cover stud bolts and special washers that shape into the shape of the rocker cover lip. You'll see that when I put them on. So I've got new ones of those. New sump bolts. These are all hex head. The only hex head that the Allen key hex head that I'll be using, I think. Apart from the oil pump one's a hex head as well. So yeah, new sump bolts. Bottom cover, as I said before, the timing marks are on the bottom cover. Those are the timing marks. So 0's top dead centre, as far as I'm aware. I'll double check that with my uncle when he gets here. But 0's top dead centre. I never had that. I've only just managed to get one found and get one bought. As is proven by it, they're about 20 quid. Sorry, no, that was about 30 quid for that bottom cover. So yeah, not cheap. But classic engines, obviously classic prices. So I put an order in at Burton Power because I wanted a new kit to install my thermostat. That's the thermostat install kit. There's a clip, a gasket and an oil seal. eBay people on eBay wanted 10-15 quid for these. That was about £3 or something off Burton Power. So I put a Burton Power order in for that. Insulator block from a fuel pump. Some bolts, so top pulley bolt and washer. Sump gasket, which I've got in my gasket set as well, so I've got 2 of those. Thermostat housing bolts. New thermostat, make sure you get the correct temperature thermostat for your car. There's different ones. I think this one's an 88 degree, which is the right one for my engine as far as I could see in the Haynes manuals. And cam belt tensioner bolts, new cam belt tensioner bolts. Probably don't need them. I've got some bolts for things, but I thought, no, I'll get new ones, and I know that everything's okay. That was my Burton Power order, which cost me about 60 quid all in, I think it was. What have I got? I've not even opened this one, I just knew it was something for my trike. So we can both learn together what this is. Oh yeah, new bolts for my starter motor. Again, rather use new things. What strength are they? 8.8, so I could have just got regular 8.8 bolts. But, hang on, got those. Right. Sensors. So I looked around and obviously in these engines there's not many electrics, there's no engine management system, no ECU, it's all monitoring and starting system. So I've got new sensors for coolant temperature. Again, make sure you get the correct one for your vehicle. This red top is the correct one for my vehicle because I've got the old one somewhere and that's a red top. Let me see if, no I haven't. So I've got a new one of those, which is the correct one. Oil pressure sender. Again, make sure it's the correct one for your vehicle, but oil pressure sender, so that if there's something wrong with the oil pressure, my clocks notify me about it. So, new one of those. And what was this one? Oh, fan switch. Fan switch goes in your thermostat housing, which you'll see when I put it back together, and tells your fan when to turn on when it's too hot. So I've got a new one of those. And then the most important thing. So some cars have timing chains, some cars have timing belts. My car has a belt, my pickup truck has a chain, this has a belt. Periodically needs changing, but not just the belt. When you change the belt, anybody who knows with a car, you also change the tensioner and the and the water pump. Mainly because while you've got it out, kind of thing, because in a car it's a pain in the arse to change these things because it's all down the side of the engine. In my trike, it's not so much of a pain in the arse because obviously it's not a vehicle that's been built to be as small as possible around the engine, so it's really relatively easy. But yeah, always change the water pump. Another new gasket, which I've got 17 of now because I bought gasket sets, and obviously the belt, and that's a sticker to tell you when you changed it. Obviously in the car you put that in at the mileage so that you know what mileage you have to change it again. So yeah, I've got all the parts I need to rebuild the engine, and parts that I didn't need in the first place but I decided to buy anyway, and I've got enough gaskets to sink a bloody ship. but better having more than not enough. Replace all your gaskets. Whenever you take anything off, replace the gaskets. They're only made of paper, some are made of rubber. The rocker cover gasket's made of cork, so it'll need replacing every time because the rubber, obviously, rubber, paper and cork deteriorate over time. So yeah, that's all my engine parts. So yeah, we will wait for my uncle to come and we will rebuild the engine today.